Well, good morning. It's day 3. We just had a bacon and egg burger for breakfast. We're going to do 4 or 5 hours here in the morning until lunchtime. Then we'll pack up camp and get on the road. And tonight we'll stay in a tiny little township and have a pub meal for dinner. So let's hope we find a few nice goodies before we hit the road later on in the day. Well, I've just got some interesting little curio here. There's a 76. It could be an escutcheon off a lock. I don't think it's got any design on it, but it's definitely, I don't think it's jewellery. No, could be a lock escutcheon. Cover the the keyhole in the old brass padlocks. No, it's got a hole in the top, which could have been where it swiveled. Look, I'll give it a proper bush clean and we'll have a look at it. Yeah, I think it is an escutcheon, I'm not really sure. Usually they're cast and much more solid than that. That's pressed. I'm not really sure what that is, but I don't think it's jewellery related. Some sort of little swivelling cover perhaps. Unknown. Okay, just got a lovely old 1870s personal relic. 4-hole brass button. Branded Best Ring Edge, which is a fairly common one. Colin got one yesterday, I think it was Best Double Ring. So these are the sort of things that you find typically in these old ghost towns. That's a ripper, that one. Well, this spot here is out the back of what I believe to be the train station. You can see there's a little bit of a bottle scatter and ceramic scatter. But this was just laying on the ground. Look at this great big iron ring. Probably some sort of fixing ring off a bullock wag. That's solid. Big piece of cast iron. Nothing's going to come adrift when you chain onto that. Same spot, lovely old clay vessel on the surface. Look at that inside. I guess that was done on a potter's wheel or a factory. I guess for the 1870s these things were coming out of factories, but look how thick that is. There's like a mould pin in the bottom. I wonder if they're actually hand marks where people's thumbs moulded that. It'd be amazing if that was true. That's very old. It's not, there's no maker's name, which was a common sort of thing in the late 1800s. It's just a beautiful bit of old pottery. I wonder if that actually is the finger marks of the person that put this on the wheel, on the pottery wheel. Incredible. Well, you learn about sites as you go, of course. This town was established in 1864. 1865 Cobb & Co comes to Queensland. I'm not sure when they started their run here, but they finished their run here in 1879 when the railway pushed through further to the north. I've just been at the back of what I think is the pub and the change station and inn, and there's a bit of a bottle dump there, broken bottles where you just saw me dig that or pick up that surface find that was the clay pot, and there's not a lot there, so it wasn't in use for very long, is my point. Maybe 2 or 3 years. There's not a lot of rubbish there. Normally you get great big rubbish pits where you've got extended settlement, obviously. Everyone left the town in 1879. So 1864 were the first settlers here. I don't know the population of this town. There's so little information on it. There's no evidence at all of what happened here, really. I'll keep working on that and hopefully I'll have some more information before I publish this video. But the point being that there was not much length of habitation here. It was less than 10 years. Once the coaching road closed and the railhead came into being, well, the coaches worked west from there. So Cobb & Co in Queensland eventually went all over Queensland. If you don't know much about Cobb & Co, was a separate company to the Victorian Cobb & Co that started out. There were several Cobb & Co's, but by and large they used all the same coaches. They had a big Charleville or somewhere, they had a big coach works where they built the wagons. By the 1870s they had something like 3,000 horses and they were running daily 10,000 miles of coach runs. Incredible. So it was a big operation. Everyone knows about Cobb & Co. It's part of Australian history. World's biggest coach line, actually. Bigger than Wells Fargo, if you add together all the Cobb & Co's. But yeah, what I take from this is it wasn't occupied for very long. We're finding relics, but it's not a treasure trove of relics. It's just an interesting spot in the bush where people once lived out their lives. I love it. Well, it's an interesting little find, still embedded in its clay lump. That's it, came out of the hole like that. It's a little clip with a bit of iron, probably off a set of braces or something, or suspenders that you call them in the United States. That's what that is. I'd say a clip of some description. That's just a suspender belt clip. Could be that too. Well, it's got a little bit of iron there. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But yeah, it's a clip off a bit of clothing anyway. Righto, we'll go for a little walk over here. Colin's just got a reportable find. I think she said button. It's a bit windy out here today, as you can probably gather. It's a bit hard to hear each other. So that's the creek line down in there, where they'd be drawing their water for the coach station. This is that's a modern station track. That's not the old road. So Colin's just over on the creek bank. Obviously people would have been over here swimming and sitting in the shade of these big gums in the afternoon, because it gets awfully hot out here in summer. And that's where she's found the button by the look of it. Well, that's a nice little spot in here, isn't it?
Yeah. It looks like it's got writing on it.
Oh, a 4-hole. Oh yes, an old colonial button for sure.
Yeah, I can't quite read that, but it's got writing on it.
I've got a best ring edge. The one you got yesterday was a best solid ring, and it was still gilt.
Oh really?
Mm.
Oh, this is suspend something. I think we used to get those years ago, didn't we?
Suspenders.
Yeah, suspend something or other.
Okay.
But it's a nice yeah,
Nice work.
it's good.
This is a nice spot right on the creek. Actually, it's a good camping site. So, like I always say, if it looks good to us, it looks good to the pioneers. Here's the creek down here. That big billabong where we're camped is further down. Oh, well, there's another billabong here. Not as big. Apparently there's plenty of fish and turtle in there anyway.
I picked up some lead.
In this area.
One of those lead things before.
This is a good signal, yeah. Well, this is right near the other button, is it?
Yeah, not far away, just over there.
This ground's quite reactive. It's ground balancing in the high 80s, low 90s. And this isn't a gold belt. Shows you how mineralised Australian soils are. That's why you've got to use a ground balancing metal detector even for relicating, really. Really got it. Oh, what's that? A harmonica reed, isn't it?
No, I think it's just
A shard of copper pot or something.
yeah.
Well, that's definitely period. Nice. Well, I just got this curious little target. It's quite thick. It looks like a homemade button. It was a 68, 69 target ID. I wonder if this, why would you have a homemade button? I don't know. Maybe they were doing a bit of mending and repairing and they cut themselves out their own little bit of clothing attachments. Since they're losing all those best ring edges, they had to make their own. I don't know what that is. You can see here we've got two structures of some description. Stone piles, native rock, possibly chimney bases. I'm not really sure. This is across from the coach station. I think the road went through this way. Oh, I haven't really located any old maps, but I'll work on that. Maybe I'll have them ready for this video. But yeah, you can see that that's been definitely placed. Right, you can see the camp behind us. Hope you can hear this. This wind is really bad. It just comes in big gusts. So where I am right now, I'm this distance from the camp. We've been all over this town this morning, and right here I've just got a silver coin. Let's have a look at it. Here it is. Here, look. It's a little threepence. I just thought it was an 83 in this grass clump, which I unfortunately had to remove. I'll put that back. Here we have a lovely little threepence. Look at that. Ghost Town silver. What a ripper. I'll give it a bush clean now and we'll get a date. I'm really stoked with that. I better tell Colleen, we're just heading back to the van for a bit of morning tea. We've got pikelets and hot tea, but we'll have a look at this coin first, then we'll head over and put the billy on. Well, here it is. Sterling silver, 1940 Australian sheaf of wheat threepence. Of course the town was long gone when this was dropped here. Looks to be pretty good nick too. It's a World War II drop, maybe some fishing went on, or whatever was going on, but there was definitely no town here. The last resident left before 1910. But anyway, I'll take silver every day of the week. That's beautiful, that coin. Look at that. That's in great nick, isn't it? No wear at all, really. Target ID was 83. We're not far from where we got those really old George III coins 2 days ago. So just shows you there has been a little bit of activity through here after the town was moved away. Most of the town was actually transported away on bullock dray. They reused all the buildings, which is fairly common in outback Queensland. Well, let's go put the belly on. We'll have some hot tea and buttered pikelets. Okay, Colleen's called out. She's got a find over here. Let's go and investigate. She looked like she was concentrating hard on something on the ground, then she waved me over. What could it be? Well, she's got a smile on her face.
76.
Oh, is it silver or a penny?
It's a half penny.
Oh,
I think it is.
you know, we've been talking to each other about how we haven't got any pennies or halfpennies. Well, here we go. This is going to be an old Britannia for sure. I'm going to talk it up before we even see it. Let's have a look, eh?
Oh,
it's under this bush. These prickle bushes are horrendous.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, nice work.
Is it a halfpenny?
Yeah, halfpenny. Beautiful work. We haven't found a copper coin, or bronze alloy coin. Is it a Britannia? Should see with a shield and trident.
George.
Oh.
Actually, it's George the Fifth. George the Fifth, so it's pretty
That's an
modern.
Australian coin.
Yeah.
It's not an old English one.
No.
That's good.
George the Fifth.
Interesting though that we found that 1940 penny.
Yeah.
Maybe someone was
that's
living
not
out
far.
here in the 1940s.
Yeah, could possibly.
Because there's a couple of like, well here, look what she's found. There's a pit there. That's either a long drop or a silage pit of some description.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get the coin up close and we'll get a date. Well done.
George.
Okay, here's Colleen's halfpenny. Beautiful old Commonwealth Australian halfpenny. Beautiful green patina under there. It's in really good nick. 1929, did you say?
1929, yeah.
We're at the start of the Great Depression now. We're moving through history. But that's a beautiful find. And actually, you see what she's done there. She's poked the coil under that prickly bush. These things are
thorny.
murder. I haven't got the gloves on, but Colleen has for that reason. Nice work.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, we've got about an hour and a half till dark. Time for a cold beer, I think. Colleen's gone back up to the van to clean up. We're sitting down here at the water hole. I actually saw a turtle earlier on. Didn't film it though. Beautiful little spot. I hope you've enjoyed our little outback adventure around this old ghost town. We obviously made some sensational finds yesterday with the silver coins. Today we've got some nice musket balls and buttons, but it's just been a great day. We've really enjoyed it. Just a beautiful spot, way off the grid, no mobile phone reception, no news, no anything. It's just magic. So thanks for watching our video, everyone, and happy fossicking. Bye for now.